My name is Robin Hendrickson. I work at Franklin Elementary. I'm the library para-educator there. I've always had an interest in working with children. There was a time in my life I really wanted to be a teacher, but life led me down another path. And so getting an opportunity to come back to that path has been exciting, a little bit emotional, full circle, getting to come back to something I thought I really wanted. And also being able to work with kids every day. And I have school-age children, so being a part of modeling how important education is. Creating opportunities to share literature with them, creating opportunities to help kids make connections that they might not make naturally, creating wonder, giving kids an opportunity through literature and books to imagine and explore, go places they never thought they would, learn things they might not have thought they would, validate who they are already, provide opportunity, just lots and lots of opportunities. Everything is very intentional to try to create wonder, to create that thirst for the knowledge you can get from a book. There's a couple of different stories in particular. There was a time when I had been reading a read aloud. I think it's really important to read aloud to kids, no matter their grade. We tend to focus on the lower grades, reading picture books to them, and then when we get up to 4th and 5th, we don't read as much. So I try to read from a chapter book all year long, and sometimes we don't finish. I don't finish with a particular class. And last year I had a class I'd read to them all year long, and I ended up pushing into their classroom. My library space needed to be used for something else. And I was reading the end of the book, and it was time to go to lunch. And they said, "Oh no, Mrs. Hendrickson, you're not gonna finish?" And I said, "Well, I can't ask you to stay from lunch, but if you want to, I'll be here reading." And only one kid walked out. That there's never enough time to get it all done, so don't try to hold yourself to that standard. The library is a never-ending circle of caring for books, caring for materials, and that my passion more is taking care of the kids and reading advocacy and growing that desire and thirst for reading, and that it's kind of like a mom with dirty dishes. Those books will always be there to put away, so to let that go. That the library position is more than just checking books in and out. It's about encouraging readers, creating readers. It's about supporting all aspects of the school. It's collaboration. It's going to teachers and saying, "I have a little space in which books I could read this week. What are you working on? What will the kids be excited about?" I do that a lot with kindergarten. If I have a little space where I'm just reading aloud, and maybe they're working on science fair, and they say, "Our class is doing volcanoes." I can go choose volcano books, that flexibility there. So I think it's more than just checking books in and out. It's very intentional and purposeful supporting of the staff, and also just getting kids excited about reading. I wanted to be a lot of different things when I grew up. I grew up the latter part of my life on a farm, so I wanted to, like every farm girl, be a vet, go to WSU, be a vet, do all that. There was a time when I really wanted to be a teacher, and that path didn't end up working out. Those are probably the two main things, a teacher or a vet. A little bit of writer, a little bit. So when I think about creating wonder, there was one specific example that hit home for me that was really special. I had introduced a program. A teacher had told me when she was in school, their librarian had a program called Shelf Elves. And so I jumped with that program. And what it was is 4th and 5th grade students could volunteer to come in and put away books and help out around the library. And I had this one particular group of 4th graders who came all the time, and they were so dedicated to what they were doing and so well behaved that I even let them come at lunch, and I would sit in the back and just give them ownership and freedom in that library space. And one day it was really quiet, and I thought, I wonder if the girls left. So I went out to look, and one girl was standing in a circle of girls, and she was reading a favorite beloved passage from a chapter book, and the other girls were just leaned in and listening. And it's a perfect example of books and wonder, and creating a space where those kids come and embrace the wonder that books have to offer.